Alright guys, welcome back to the channel once again, and in this video we're going to be talking about a very important topic in the backend development, which is a kind of streaming of response. Any kind of language you're using, whether it's a FastAPI like Python or Node.js or any other like Java or anything, and if you have a lot of data to send on the client side, let's suppose you are like returning a video file or something, any image or any content file you are returning from the backend, or you have like so much data in response, that place we can use streaming. In the Node.js side we do like with the piping, and also we use a stream library over there, and then we through the pipes we just send the chunk of data over there. So as long as the data is keep on coming from another source, and then it start going into the response, so you can read that data on the client side. And the same you can do over here in the FastAPI. So FastAPI has already inbuilt function, you can use it and just wrap the function inside that, and then it's going to be keep on generating the data for you, and then you can read those data into the client side. So I'm going to be showing you how you can do that on FastAPI. All the process is already written over here on the documentation. I'm already on that, and then you can see the custom response HTML. So there are multiple kind of responses over here. So if you see over here, you can scroll HTML response, plain text response and all. So we need to go through with this like streaming response, and there is a file response as well. So in the file response you can just play any video file or something. So you see streaming response, so use the stream response with the file like object. So let's suppose you have a file, PDF file or something, or any kind of file you're reading on the backend, and then you want to send us all the data of that file on the client side. So you cannot throw all the data like it could be in MB or something, and then all the data you cannot send it in a like single shot. Okay, so your API will take time to respond back or something. So what we can do, we can just stream the process. Okay, so you can just send the chunk of the lines at the one time, and then every time it gonna read the line and keep on generating the lines, and then put it on the response, and then you can send it to the client, and the client can read it and show it on the UI. So it would be something like the ChatGPT who does that. It's gonna be same like that. Okay, in the file response you can just display any file, like whether it's a page or content file, any content file, you can just put the file response into this one, and it's gonna be you're gonna start streaming that file on the UI side. So that's you can do that. We're gonna be looking at this one, the streaming response, and the file response is also same process, so we don't have to worry about that one. You can just look at by yourself. So streaming response, I'm going to be using some files, reading the data over there. So I'm going to be reading the PDF file mostly, and then I'm going to be showing it. So we're going to be using another library over here, which is called PyPDF. Okay, so the PyPDF we're going to be using to read the PDF files, and then we can just stream. And also you can use the Python default library, which calls with open as a like read and write mode, and then you can read the text file over there, and then get all the lines and content, and then you can just put it over there. Okay, so how you're gonna just read the file and put it over there. So for that you can just click on this and you come over here. So this is how you have to write the code. Okay, you can just read the data, and this is a yield is kind of generator. So whenever you just get the data, so it's gonna be keep sending one of the line and keep returning into this function, and then you can just see that coming on the UI. Okay, so it's gonna be whenever the one of the iteration goes on, so it's gonna be keep running the iteration for loop 1 2 3 4, as long as like the range is defined over here. So that time it's gonna be returning you this one. Okay, and if you have some kind of other object or some just list over here, so it's gonna be keep iterating that one. Okay, so that's you can do. So let's go to the code base and let's start. Okay, so I'm just, you see in the previous video we look at the authentication part, and then we went through all the process of authentication. So I just shown you the basic process of like how the authentication wanna work. So this is the actual process that if you want to build in the product side or something. So the session and all those things are not included, but you can build the session as well. So it cannot be remain like any other APIs are being called on the backend like from the same user. So all the data gonna be in the session, and then it can be retrieved from there. User details can be retrieved from there, and then you can use those details to validate and respond in other APIs. Okay, so that we didn't use it over here, but that process we can handle it into this middleware things over here. So you can just validate your user in each and every, like validate the token that you were doing over here in the user.py, and then you can return your user details, like whatever the query is coming from the client side, you can just validate these details over here into this one, and then you can pass the API call to the next function by this one. Okay, so that's you can do. We're gonna discuss this all more in the detail in the next video. So but today we just gonna be using this streaming one @router.get, and I'm gonna be just creating the simple route like show over here, and I'm just gonna be creating for the stream my response. Okay, and just let this. Okay, so just create one function and then return streaming response, and then I'm just going to be wrapping one function inside of this, so which is going to be just where I'm going to be generating the data. So def generate stream data. okay, and then it's gonna be generating the data for me. So I'm just gonna be wrapping that inside this one, generate stream data over here. And now what we have to do, we have to use those libraries over here. Okay, we have to use the read the file over there. So right now I'm just going to be returning like this. Let me just run the for loop for I in range, and range equals to like whatever we can give, 100 or something, and then yield b. So this is my something. So we can return like this, okay, and let's see what we get on the UI. Okay, so we should get 10 times that one. So we have the API call is localhost 3000, not 8000, 8000 slash v1 slash users slash show. Okay, so you see all the data, I got it, all the rows, all the lines I got over here. So this is my whatever I have written over there. So that many times I got it printed over here. So you should like it's printing immediately, because the 100 times it's printing, and that is printing immediately over there. So it's not taking time to represent like coming one by one. Okay, so for that what we can do, just to import time over here, and then I'm gonna be delaying it over here for each iteration. So it's gonna show you like something is happening, like something is coming after a delay. Okay, time dot sleep. Okay, so let's just give it 1 second. Okay, and then restart. Now you see every sentence is gonna be taking 1 second time to print over here. Okay, let me just reduce the time. It got printed. So you see guys this, so it's got printed, it's printing like 0.1 second, it takes like 100 millisecond, I can say. Yeah, 0.1 second, you can count whatever it is, 100 millisecond I think. Yeah, so you see, so that's how it's gonna work. If I increase the iteration over here, so as long as the time gonna be increased, it's gonna be taking the delay over there, and then it's gonna be printing the another line. And if I increase the iteration like 1000 times, okay, let me just make it to F, as long as like it has to execute all the process, or it has to compile all the things. So now you see it's gonna be printing the 1000 time, but every sentence is coming after 0.1 second. It's kind of cool, right? If you have like long PDF list to be printed, and then slowly it's gonna be just printing over there. And also like you have to upload anything, so you're gonna be getting like how much upload or anything, like how much upload has been executed or something, like how much download has been completed. So all those process like kind of work with this one. So you can just stream your response, and then you get like how much the data execution has been done, 10%, 20%, 50%, something like that. It's kind of going on like ChatGPT, and it's kind of cool. So now I'm going to be using one PDF file, and whatever the page is going to be over there, so all those pages all those pages lines, I'm just going to be printing on the UI like over here in the response, and then I'm going to be showing, and it's going to be printing one line by line. So I'm not going to be putting any delay, but we can put the delay also over there. So it's going to be like this. If I just remove this one over here, so it's going to be printing as fast as it can. Okay, so just remove this. So this print is fast. You see, just some minor gap of the time. You see like this fluctuation if you're seeing. So that's kind of thing gonna be in the printing line. So let's look at that. So just remove this, just keep this part over here. So we need to install one library. So I'm just going to be stopping the server, and then we're going to be installing pip install. Let's go to the library first. So it's kind of PyPDF 2. Okay, so we have to install this. Okay, and this is how you can extract the lines and the text. Everything is written over here. You can also check out the documentation on the read the docs domain. Okay, so you can check that, and you can install the PyPDF like this. So let me just install it. So just copy and go over here, and then remove this and paste it. Okay, so it's already installed in my local, so I don't have to install it again. I just start my server, FastAPI dev main.py, and FastAPI dev main.py. Okay, so the server started. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna be importing that PDF reader from here. So just copy this line, paste it over here somewhere. Okay, paste it over here. Now you go over here, read the file. So reader is equal to PDF reader, and you have to put the file name. So I need to find the file. So I already have downloaded. So I got many I got many files over here to read. Okay, so let me just copy the name of this one, so it's not readable. Let me just check which is readable. So I think this would be readable. So we can can try first one. Okay, control C, the name of it, and then put it over here. The name you could just put it over here like this, PDF. Okay, now just check the length. So how many pages over here? So reader length, reader dot pages. Okay, so we can just call the API and then check how many pages over here. Okay, so just call it and go over here. So you see 12 pages inside of this one. Okay, so now 12 pages, so we can loop those pages for page in reader dot pages. Okay, inside that we can go and then we can extract the lines, extract the text from the pages. Okay, so we can just say text equals to page dot extract underscore text. And how about we get the lines as well? So we can just do split lines. So it's gonna be splitting all the lines and then gonna give us the list of the lines, okay, in a single page. So we can just keep it as lines over here. Now I'm gonna be mapping the lines, okay, for line in lines. Okay, and then I'm gonna be putting yield line. That's it. I think that would be great. And then I can just comment it out over here and all set. And let's try it out. So we just go on the UI and just, so you see it's printing the lines from all the pages, like all the pages are being looped, and after that all the lines are being looped and printing over here. So what I do over here, just could put the time dot sleep, this one 0.1 over here, and you see how it's print. Okay, so it's something like Chat GPT. Let it just start. Okay, you see how amazing it is. So if I increase the delay a little bit more, so it's gonna be readable. But now you see every line is being printed after 0.1 second, and it seems like the Chat GPT is going on. So that called is streaming. Okay, this is the called streaming. So you're streaming the data over here. Yeah, what we can do, we can just increase the timer over here, like 0.5 second I can make it. Okay, and then just restart it, 0.5 second. Let's check this out. Has to finish. I think it goes into the loop, it gets stuck. Let me just restart it. I think it's okay, so it's not stuck yet. Okay, now you see it takes 0.5 second and it start printing again. So isn't it cool, guys? So that's how the streaming works, and you can do by yourself as well. So there are plenty of files over here. I can stream all the files if I want to, otherwise it's all good. Okay, so I hope you guys learned something from this video. Keep following. I'll also keep subscribe the channel if you like this video, and thank you so much, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video with new topic in the Python. So this series will go on for a few more videos. At least I can cover like some basic topics into the FastAPI. So if you are building any product or any application or using the Python FastAPI, so it will be easy for you. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you for watching. We have a lot to learn, and videos gonna be coming out. Please subscribe the channel. I'm gonna be seeing you in the next video. Till then, tada, bye bye, take care.